Welcome to our full ship tour of the Disney Dream. Now, if you've seen our full ship tour of the Fantasy, which we'll link down below, it's very similar to that, but this is a little bit different. Some of the rooms are a different theme, but we feel like we're going to go through all the different rooms for you and show you what it's like.
Yeah.
So let's go quickly tour around level 2, or deck 2, which is what we're at right now. Deck 2, Midship. We're going to put up a little map here in the bottom left-hand corner, kind of give you an idea of where we're at any given time on this tour.
Yeah,
right,
make it easy for you to
follow.
along.
Yeah, let's go. Here we are at Enchanted Gardens. The fountain. It's very pretty. And the ceiling actually changes color to nighttime further along in the dinner you are. So right here, just to the right of Enchanted Gardens, is the Vista Gallery.
All the artworks.
Yeah, all the different artwork that you can... Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That is neat.
You can get all the different pieces of art. Oh, yeah, you can get all the different pieces of art. Also, you've got the Midship Detective Agency right here. This is one of the 2 locations that you can start it. And we've got some rooms over here on the right.
And bathrooms.
And bathrooms, correct. And I've lost Jen. But these are where some of the rooms are, over here and over here. So now we are at the Midship elevators on deck 2, and we're going to go up to deck 3 Midship. At the main lobby on the left, you come in that way from the port. You got the pumpkin tree, and then to the right you have the Royal Palace, which is one of the 3 dining venues, just like Enchanted Gardens, which we just saw downstairs. That is the Midship elevators, one of the 3 main elevator corridors. There's one in the forward, aft, and midship. This is Bon Voyage Bar, one of the first bars you see when you get here. Now we are going into where all the shops are located. You've got Mickey's Mainsail on the left, and Sea Treasures on the right. You've also got the lovely Walt Disney Theater. And Mr. Walt Disney himself. But now we're going to go this way. And there's Mickey Mainsail again, leading into the Walt Disney Theater. You've got Preludes here on the left, which is where you would get your popcorn and drinks before the show, and that's where you would go to see the show. Now we are in the forward elevator corridor, right here. There's Preludes again. Another entrance to the Disney Theater. And Whitecaps. Yeah, the fancy store. And there is Sea Treasures. You'll see we came in this way and went that way. Did a loop around. And now we're heading back in the direction of the aft. You'll see Whitecaps continues here on the left. And then after that you got Guest Services straight ahead. Alright, we are back in the atrium on deck 3, and we're gonna go to the right instead. We just went down that way, and we're gonna head back this way toward the aft to go see Animator's Palette, the 3rd of the rotational restaurants.
Yum.
And now we are down the corridor heading down to Animator's Palette. They do have a second entrance into the Royal Palace restaurant. You saw the first one was on the other side in the atrium. But now we're going to head all the way back to Animator's Palette. So check out Animator's Palette.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty neat. This is Animator's Palette on the Dream, which is going to be very similar to what is on the Fantasy. But that is Animator's Palette. Alrighty, now we are on deck 4 overlooking the atrium toward the forward of the ship. So we're gonna head, let's see, let's go this way. We got the Tiffany's over here. Shutters on the right. And then what do we have back here? Oh, that's right. D Lounge.
This will probably be really fun.
Huh?
It's loud back here.
Oh, yeah. You have the Tiffany store and D Lounge. This is where a lot of activities are done.
And Port Adventure.
Yep, Port Adventure meetups. Alright, let's check out the district.
They're popping over there.
The adult area. So now we are in the district. We've got all the different lounges. This is the district lounge where you'll catch live performances. And then this is pink champagne bar, which is pretty cool. So we just went out of pink, and now we're heading over to Pub 687, which 687 was the number that the Dream was assigned when it was in construction. Let's check it out.
Getting ourselves set and ready. So friends down at this end of the room, which is team that end, we're all confused. Get yourselves set and ready. If you know it, shout out on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is absolutely correct.
Alright, they do a lot of trivia games in there. And then here's the corridor of bathrooms.
Let me tell you, these bathrooms are the coolest bathrooms in this ship.
Really?
Like when you go in there, it's like a circle.
Oh.
Like the door, it's really neat.
So now we're gonna go into Evolution, where they're having bingo. Once again, this is during the day. At night, this whole area becomes adult only.
Yeah, right now it's kids allowed. Yeah, it's bingo. Packed house.
It is a packed house.
You win, you might not be winning much.
Right? This is where we go to see Chris every night. The adult club host. Alright, so now we're going to go to Skyline Lounge, and that'll wrap up the district, which is the adult only area.
Okay.
So now we are in the aft elevator corridor on deck 4, heading into Skyline Lounge. And this is Skyline Lounge. Is it Chicago? Oh yeah, you're right, it is. Now, all those monitors change based on the different cities that they have. So like throughout the night, it changes into a different skyline, and then the drink menu changes as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then this is actually an extra entrance to Evolution, which is the main club area where they're doing bingo right now. Oh.
That's an entrance.
Right?
Wow, big turnout for
It's a
bingo.
big turnout for bingo. So now we are over here in Shutters, and we're gonna go this way toward the forward. Alright, so this is deck 4 midship elevator shaft. Elevator corridor is over there, and we're gonna go this side, the port side, where you've got the movie theater. And this is where you can get some of your snacks for the movie. And the theater is located right here. These are the balcony seats for the Walt Disney Theater. This is where you'd catch your shows. We saw the main floor down below this is the balcony. So let's go over here. And then we've got the second balcony entrance for the Walt Disney Theater. And you got Mickey. And now we're gonna go out to deck 4. Alright, we are on deck 4, and if you go all the way into this area that looks like you're not supposed to go here, you will find the entrance to Vibe, which is the teen hangout spot on the very, very front of the ship. Immediately to the left is crew member access only, but that's to the Walt Disney Theater. And down here is to Vibe. There it is. See? Vibe. Up the steps. And here is Vibe. I got some cool pictures of some things that they've done. Goofy lounging here. And the best rainbow corridor ever. That is cool. So we're gonna go check out Vibe now. What do they have? Wow. Hello. Check it out. Cool movie theater area.
I'm gonna watch the movie.
If it's a network problem or it is only that.
I'm gonna watch. Oh, I lost you. I lost you to the movie. Cinderella.
Are you serious?
And the deck is closed today, but this is where you would go out. It's pretty cool. Alright, so here's the lounge. I think so too. It's the same layout.
But I feel like
It's a bigger screen, that's for sure.
yeah.
They got Guitar Hero. They got some cool stuff here. A big old pillow.
Look, you can pull out this.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That is kind of cool. It is nighttime when we're doing this tour. We find that it's the least intrusive doing the tours at night. So this is deck 4. This actually wraps around the entire ship as like a jogging track, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna dip in here, which is in the midship area. So now we are back midship. That is the hallway to the theater. So we went down that way, went around, went through the deck, and we're gonna come this way because there's nothing over here but a service area. So we're gonna go this way. Here to the left is where you're gonna have your vacation planning, and to the right is where you have Vacation Club, DVC, and any Connect to See questions. Over here is a waiting area, and across the way is the Vista Cafe. Now, the Vista Cafe coffees do come at an additional charge, but the pastries in that cabinet right over there are part of your cruise. Which will bring us right back to where we started this deck from. Deck 4, Atrium. Next up, we need to go up to Deck 5, Midship. So we'll go right around there, go up, and go from there. Okay, so now we are at Midship, deck 5. We were just down there on deck 4 looking this way. And if it looks like the ceiling is a little bit shorter on deck 5, that is intentional, because that is the kids' deck. So the kids' deck is supposed to feel a little bit more kiddish. So we're gonna go this side. So this is where you can get your port adventures taken care of, right here.
I think that's port shopping. Though.
That is port shopping.
Oh.
And we're gonna go look down at the atrium as we continue walking. On that side is Bippity Boppity Boutique. That whole area back there. So we're gonna keep walking.
It's really cute.
Yeah. And
Midship detective.
the second Midship Detective Agency, we saw that the first one was down on level 2 or deck 2 near Enchanted Gardens. This is the second one. So there's one on deck 2 and one on deck 5. So now this is where the kids' corridors are. So you've got It's a Small World, Nursery, and that is going to be ages 3 and under. Looks cute. I'm going to continue going forward. The ceiling is very low. Intentionally. And this is the kids' place. Currently the doors are closed, but we did go in it earlier.
So we'll put it in there.
We'll put it in there right now. So we are in the Oceaneer Club. They got Disney Infinity over here. And all the different figurines. Yeah, you can play the games with these characters.
I guess you asked them. Like, to switch it.
It's pretty fun. A lot of Marvel characters.
So cute.
You would gravitate toward Chip and Dale. Yeah. So yeah, check out Pixie Hollow. This is where they.
Where I would hang out.
This is where you would hang out.
All the colorings.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Of Disney movies.
Crayons, Disney movies. That's pretty fun. And then next to Pixie Hollow is this. Oh yeah, they do.
Did you get Tinkerbell?
Oh no, I didn't. There's Tinkerbell right there. Next to Pixie Hollow is Star Wars, which is pretty fun. It's pretty neat.
It's like the ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. You can fly the Millennium Falcon. How cool is that?
Wow.
Ooh, it's R2.
Hi. Oh.
He looks really cool looking.
Hi.
Wow. That's fun. And you got the famous chess scene. Very cool. And they've got up on the back there, check it out. They've got all the training stuff from the first Star Wars, A New Hope. How cool is that? And then you also have this interactive dance floor that they play games on. It becomes a big giant game board. And they've, it's step, well, not right now, but it's stomp responsive. Yeah? Andy's room. We're just gonna have all the toys.
Mr. Potato
Mr.
Head.
Potato Head. Lots of potato heads. Got Toy Story running in Andy's room. Comfy? No?
It's comfier than the fantasy though. The fantasy Walmart.
Oh, is it? Yeah, worn in.
Well, I think it was all plastic.
Alrighty. So a little bit further down, we saw that the Oceaneers Club was right about there. And down here, we have the Oceaneers Lab, which is currently closed right now. But we also went in there earlier, and we'll drop a video in that from earlier today. So here we are in the Oceaneer Lab, where they're doing fun activities.
That's cool.
Must be a fun job.
I know, right?
Playmation.
Alright, let's move on to another game.
Hey look, it's Black Widow.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
Cool.
And they got bowling. It goes all the way back. Interactive floor.
This.
And then you got some artwork. I know you like art.
Oh, I love
I know you like the color. And then you got Frozen.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and enjoy our friends. Disney characters.
What you playing?
It's broke.
Oh no, what'd you do?
Alright, everybody have a good
Ah!
And we're going to go
That's so weird. Also in the Oceaneer Lab, we've got like a tracing center. You can trace different artwork. Pretty cool, right?
And there's a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, there's different characters.
Oh. Gabby.
Now you even have a port of call simulator where you can drive. It looks like a plane though. Okay, there's a cargo ship. What you playing?
Oh, you can do like now.
Different missions?
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. Don't forget before you go to wash your hands. And then it goes into staterooms.
And also
Pepe's door. So if you're doing the Midship Detective Agency and you're trying to find Pepe's door, it is right next to the Oceaneers Lab. Alrighty, we are now on deck 11 in the Midship, where we're going to go out to the pool deck. So we're going to go this way. That is Who's It's and What's It's, which has got some pirate gear out right now, since Pirate Night was last night. And we're on the pool deck. Immediately to the right is the ice cream treats. That's where you're going to get your frozen yogurt. And then over here you got Frozone treats, which is going to be your smoothies. Now those come at an additional charge though. Now we're going to head into the adult area called Quiet Cove. We'll go ahead and check out Cove Cafe.
we need a donut.
Mm-hmm. Now these coffees do come at an additional charge, but it is delicious. Heading back out to Quiet Cove, you got the swim up bar there, and we're gonna go back into the kids zone, or family zone I should say. Right to the right is where you're going to get your quick counter service snack. Quick service snack, whatever you call it. Pizza, burgers, chicken, that sort of thing. Those are the elevators we just came out of and turned right. So now we've kind of done a U. And this is the family deck, or Donald's pool is what they call it. And it looks like they're watching Inside Out. Inside Out. And right over here is the family jacuzzi. And a little kid's water slide where they go through Mickey's hand.
They're braiding.
And then we go to Nemo's Reef on the right, which is where the little kids kind of play in splash and puddles.
That's what they like to do.
Morning, morning.
Now we're gonna go into Cabanas, where it is breakfast and it is busy. But it gives you an idea of what it's like in the morning for their buffet.
It's not too bad right now.
No, I was thinking the same thing. All the different foods. So now we're exiting Cabanas, and we're over in the kids area. You got Nemo's Reef on the right. We pretty much have done a big oval. And you've got the kids pool here where they're watching Inside Out. They got hair braiding. And they got an adult bar out here.
Drink of the day.
That's where you could get the drink of the day, correct?
For $5.
Is it $5?
Yeah.
Ooh. Alrighty, now we're gonna go up to deck 12. So we're gonna go up the steps right here.
Have I been up these steps before?
I don't know.
That's kind of neat. No, I don't think I have. I would have remembered that.
And there's the movie, Inside Out. And here's deck 12. Let's go this way.
Saved your life.
Thank you. So now we are headed into the family zone above Quiet Cove. So there is one of the splash pools. And now we're gonna head up to deck 13. All right, we're heading up to deck 13. Deck 13. Overlooking Quiet Cove. Got some nice chairs here in Current's Bar, the smoking section, and then the adult area. It is a hot one today.
It is.
So here we are in the adult area. That, on the other side of that wall, is concierge. And the front of the ship on deck 13. Also known as, or what we call it, the Kim Kardashian pool.
Kim Kardashian.
Okay, we are on deck 12 now, Midship, and that is where we're gonna go to Edge, which is the kids club. And it's actually up in this funnel. So modern day cruise ships only need one active funnel. Disney built two, and the second one is a kids club. Oh, Wally and Eve. And here's Edge.
That one?
Yeah. Here we go. That's the slide, the Aqueduct.
Oh, I want to watch that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the light part.
Yeah.
And then just go by.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's hard to see.
Yeah. Check it out. It's pretty neat. They also have the dance floor.
Oh, there's the elevator.
Yeah, there's the. I told you they had an elevator. Oh.
Fancy owl.
Yeah. So they got their pumpkins that they just carved. You could look right out
To the adult area.
to the adult area.
Oh, that's neat though.
Yeah.
Was that like that on the fantasy?
I think so. I think we came at night.
Oh.
And they got video games. How cool is that? It's pretty neat. Foosball. That's cool. And there's Edge. We're leaving Edge and we're going up another flight of steps to the tallest point accessible. The top of the funnel. And this is where the outlook is. But right now there's a private function. So we're gonna leave. Alrighty. We are back on deck 12, heading into the family zone. There is Edge up in that funnel. And we are heading toward the entrance of the Aqueduct. Which is straight ahead. So there's the entrance to the Aqueduct. You just go up those stairs and you go out and over the water on about a 1.5-minute journey through a water slide. Yeah, it's about a 1.5 minutes. You come out right down here. Alrighty. We are passing Waves Bar. Right here to the left. And now we're gonna go up to deck 13 where we will see the sports deck. It is crowded on the sports deck today. So you got the ability to play basketball. That's pretty fun. You got foosball. And you've got mini golf right here. Crowded day for mini golf because we're a day at sea. And it's themed to Goofy and Max, which is always fun. And what a view. Alrighty, and that just about wraps up our little tour. So hopefully you guys got an idea of what's on the Disney Dream and the layout of it. It's a beautiful ship. If you've been on the Fantasy, it's very similar to that. The only difference being the adult area. That's really the biggest difference, and maybe a few cosmetic changes in the colors and the carpets and whatnot in the lobby. But other than that, it's a very similar ship, beautiful ship. If you ever get the chance to ride it, you should. If you like the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't yet, tap that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Gives you notifications on when we drop a new video every Monday and Friday. And until next time,
See you
see you
real
real
soon.
soon.